Hello, this is the Tradesight Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday, August 15th, 2013, and Friday, August 16th, 2013. This one video is going to cover both Thursday and Friday unless we get some sort of surprising amount of action on Thursday. Reason for that is that this is options expiration week. We just had options unraveling most likely here on Wednesday. I'll show you what that looked like. And therefore, Friday is probably going to be extremely dull due to options expiration. There is a lot of economic data due Thursday morning, including the CPI and capacity utilization and industrial production and even more. So we might get some action early Thursday. But once they've unraveled the options, which it looks like they did Wednesday, expiration itself is usually a snore and doesn't take the market anywhere. So unless I see something Thursday that really shakes things up a bit, I'm expecting Friday to be extremely dull. There will be no market preview tomorrow night beyond this. Here's the S&P 500 daily chart, and we've been watching for that 12 and 13 count on towards our sell signal. Could have had it very easily today if Wednesday had been a positive day. However, we slipped back a bit. As you can see, this is a negative candle. So we did not get that 12 signal. We needed to close. We needed to take out the high of the prior day and also close above 2 days back. We didn't do that. So no signal, no 12 yet. And it's a little harder to get it without a big update on Thursday at this point. Here's the NDX, the NASDAQ 100, which did have the 13 signal back over a week ago. We're still under the risk line up here, the pink magenta line. That's going to be the interesting line if we do head up. It'd be hard to break through that level, I would think. But you do need to go up a day or two in the broad market to get the sell signal on the S&P to match. Here's the SOX, rolled over a little bit as well today, despite the fact that Apple was up sharply. And here's the biotechs, the NBI. You can see there's a breakdown point here at this red line. That's the static trend line of the biotech index, and we'll see if that ends up breaking here at some point in time. But you had Apple gaining 9 and Google losing over 11. That kind of washes, and so the NDX also lost ground today. Now, again, in terms of tomorrow, we have all this economic data coming out that could cause some sort of gap before the bell, I suppose, if you really think about it. There's the CPI, which is a big one. That's one of our big three each month. And initial and continuing jobless claims, the Empire manufacturing data. That's 4 key pieces of data all an hour before the market opens. We've got net long-term tick flows 30 minutes before the market opens. Capacity utilization and industrial production 15 minutes before the market opens. Then 30 minutes into the market, we've got a housing market index number, that's the NAHB number, and Philly Fed data. And then an hour in, we've got the natural gas inventories number. So there's a lot of data out there, and even Friday's got a couple of data points, but it's hard to believe we're going to get a lot of action. That's just not usually what happens. That's this late in the option cycle in August. Now, here's the 10-minute bar chart of the ES. This is the S&P E-mini futures contracts. So this takes us back. This is today's Wednesday's action. Tuesday, Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. So it takes it back 6 days basically. What you notice about this in general is that we're basically in about a 16-point range over 6 days. That's nothing on the S&P. The average daily range on the S&P is 16 points. So being stuck there for over a week is basically indicative of not a lot of movement. You'll notice that we did get the 9-bar counts have been kind of in pulse with this market here. You got a 9-bar up. That was sort of the top. You got a 9-bar down was exactly the bottom. Another 9 here led to a pause. Another 9 here led to a little gap up the next morning and then a drop. Another 9 up here was the top for the last 2 days. So we are sort of in sync with our Seeker and Comer tools in terms of tops and bottoms. This was the action on Wednesday, and this is what we call options unraveling. And the reason that it's called that is because if you take the first hour's trade, you wait for that to end, and that's basically right here where I've drawn this blue line. Okay. Then you look to see if the market continues to hold volume up more than you would usually see on an average weekday after the first hour's play. And if you start to head in one direction after that, it's called options unraveling. Now, we did meet that criteria. In fact, the next couple of bars were actually better volume than the previous bars, and we started to head lower. And in fact, what it usually says is that once that happens, you will close lower than that on the day. And we did do that, but we didn't go very far. The entire day was stuck in about a 10-point range on the ES. So that's nothing to really be very tradable. We didn't have an exciting day, I would say, from our perspective. Meanwhile, here's the NASDAQ side, a little flatter even, really narrower than the ES on Wednesday. So here's the problem. Once options unraveling is done, basically everybody's in autopilot mode, just waiting to get to options expiration. Friday is almost certain to be a bust. August expiration is one of the slowest expiration days of the year, simply because you're in the middle of summer doldrums, everybody's out and about, and everybody knows that everything's pegged to the options expiration prices. So could we get some action Thursday? I suppose because of all the data early, there's a decent chance that something could happen early, and we'll be calling it as usual. But if not, certainly I don't see it happening Thursday afternoon, and Friday is unlikely to lead us anywhere. So that's what we've got for the next 2 days. Unless something happens Thursday, there'll be no YouTube report for Friday. We'll be back to work for Monday with our usual market preview over the weekend. As usual, charts are brought to you by eSignal 11. Have a great day.